everyone, it's Diane Mireles with Visions and Traditions Realty. So glad to be back in the saddle again. Here we are with Tidbit Tuesday, and we've missed 2 weeks, but had a good reason. School was starting and seemed like everybody was running and gunning, and so I just thought we'd take a little bit of a break. And of course, actually one of those weeks Lisette was gone, and we can't operate without Lisette. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, today I would like to talk to you all about your house if it's been sitting on the market. If you have a property on the market and it seems to be sitting there and just kind of stagnant, and you keep wondering to yourself, okay, what's the deal? Where are we going wrong? Why is my property not being shown? Why is my property not selling? So kind of think about it. One of the reasons that your property well, let me back up here a second. Sometimes what happens is when you've got a property on the market, if it's not selling or, it is stagnant, that could put you in some financial jeopardy. You may be selling because you want to scale down, scale up, whatever, and it will interfere with your investments. And we need to remember that. And that's kind of like I have preached many, many times about buying and selling property. Yes, it is emotional. I know it's emotional, but it is a business transaction. And so sometimes you have to try to kind of back away from it and look at it like a business transaction, which again, then you cross the line into emotion because it's an investment. It's your personal investment. So that's why we're here. That's why real estate agents, realtors are here to help you and walk you through that. So if your property's sitting there and it's on the active market and it's not selling, the first thing you really need to do is have a powwow with your real estate agent. Have them come over, give them a call, whatever. There are so many avenues available to us as agents to track what's going on in the market. We want to see if, first of all, pricing. We want to check the comparables. We want to see pricing. We want to see if any other properties in your neighborhood or general area have sold, and how quickly it sold, what it sold for. Compare apples to apples. You need to get into that property, look at the pictures, get inside. Do they have granite counters? Do you have Formica counters that are 40 years old but in good condition? Do they have a brand new water heater, the automatic water heater? And do you have a water heater that is 30 years old and needs to be replaced? Your air conditioning system, maybe you haven't been servicing it, maybe you have, but then maybe this other one has got the new system or just got a new unit. So you really want to look at it. You really want to look at the ins and outs of everything and see where you compare, because even if you get to yourself to where you lower the price because you realize that your property is priced too high for the condition or the upgrades or the recent changes that are now being made to houses in the neighborhood. You may be in a position where you're still priced too high. So you really need to look at it. And something else that we as realtors can do for you is we can look at how many times your property has been accessed on the internet. We can see how many times it's come up in searches. We can see how many times people have looked at the pictures. And so we can tell if people are stopping, if they're looking in that price range and then they're stopping at your property. Stand back and look again, kind of look at the listing itself, review it, look at it. Would you buy your house? Would you want to look at your house if you were a buyer? Look at the pictures. Did you use a professional photographer, or does your real estate agent use a professional photographer? Did you use a home stager? It makes a big difference. And these are things that I really believe in. These are things services that we provide here at Visions and Traditions, and I see where it makes a difference. I see where our properties will get, we set them up so that when they hit the market, they hit with a bang and they look good. they smell good, they feel good, and typically they're priced right. I say typically, occasionally people want to price them a little high just to throw it out there and see what happens. And of course it's their investment, so we'll give it a shot. But we look at the big picture and we present you with those facts. So ask your realtor to present you with those facts as well. They can tell you what the median days on the market is. They can tell you when these properties are actually selling. And you know, if you have family or friends, don't be afraid to ask them to pull up your listing and look at the listing online and see what they think about it. You really want to impress people because, you know, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So always keep that in the back of your mind. Remember, first impressions are important. So when your property originally hits the market, is the first impression of it good? Are the pictures good? And then do you have to, by any chance, do you think maybe you need to take it off and redo it and fluff it up and then put it back on the market? Talk to your realtor about it. Remember that the value of the home is not determined by you as the seller. The value of the home is determined by what a buyer is willing to pay for it. And real estate agents, realtors have access to that knowledge, and they can provide you with that knowledge and show it to you so that you can understand it, and show it to you so you compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Also, remember, you always want the data, okay? You want to be able to have the data to follow up whatever claims. It's just like going and protesting your taxes, your property taxes. You have to have data to show that the value's there, the property's not there, or that property values are dropping. Same thing with selling a house. You want the data to show you what is the current price range and where these houses are selling at, price per square foot. And do they have pools? Do they have hot tubs? Have they replaced all the kitchen appliances? I mean, you need to look at the big picture. And don't be afraid to reach out there and talk to people about doing upgrades or just asking opinions of your property. And be sure that when you do have showings, you know, first of all, when the property goes on the market, if you're not getting any showings in the first 2 weeks, I promise you it's going to be price, because no matter what the market conditions are, price is always the thing that is going to determine whether or not at least one person will come look at it. You know, there's open houses that you can get people in there to give you opinions as to what they think of the condition and the price. When I am asking other agents for opinions when they've shown a property, and I'm asking them and their client, there's 2 questions I have, and it's only 2, and they're real easy. One is, what did you and your client think of the property and the condition of the property? And the second question is, what did you and your client think of the price of the property? Or sorry, what are the suggestions from you and your client to get the property sold? And very, very simple answers. And trust me, it takes them no time to respond to those, and no time to, everybody likes to give an opinion. Everybody likes to be able to feel like they're involved in the situation. So you will get answers to those 2 questions. Also want to talk to you that remember that when you're selling a house, it takes patience. It takes strategy. It takes patience. And that's what your real estate agent is there for. That's what realtors are for. That's what we are here for. And if it seems like you're in a situation locally, if you're in a situation that your property isn't moving, give us a call. Let us talk to you. The agents here at Visions and Traditions have a lot of experience under their belt. I personally have 28 years under mine. Stephanie Childress is an awesome agent. She's been in the top 10% of the Houston Association of Realtors for listings, buyers, sellers, the whole kit and caboodle. David Holland has been, at times where properties aren't moving, he's definitely bringing in the buyers. He's really been kicking some butt. And then Vicki Raley, she is amazing. She has got about 40 years, I think, under her belt on experience. So she's got a tremendous amount of knowledge that she brings to the table. And then we have Maria Orozco. She is absolutely awesome, young, energetic, has been in the business before, has recently renewed her license and got a listing within her first week, had it under contract within a couple of days, and she is just blowing and going. Then, of course, there's Lori Hanna, who has been licensed a couple of years now. She's another go-getter. She started, and within, oh my goodness, within her first 30 days, she had 2 sales under her belt, and she was rocking and rolling. So we've got the people here to help you, and we'll handhold you and walk you through and answer your questions. And I think that's it for today. We'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. We want to thank you for joining us. And please, when you think about doing any kind of buying or selling, do not hesitate to call, email, or text us. Text me, or you can reach us through Facebook, whatever's easiest for you. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you next week. See you then.